Now, does your audience match your creative process? Now, the truth is the world is evolving, and the sad reality is that most business owners or corporations are not reflecting this equality and diversity in their campaigns. Now, I'm not just talking about what people look like. I'm talking about using different language, different prompts, different cues to ensure that you're meeting your clients and customers where they are. So in this training, I'm going to be looking at just some ways that you can engage your creative team or optimize your creative process to ensure that you are meeting the diverse world. I mean, everyone looks different, right? And so what we want to do is make sure that you are utilizing that creative process to maximize that customer journey. My name's Katrina. I'm a digital marketing specialist and I am a business consultant. And I'm all about accelerating your business with sales systems, processes, and customer journey mapping, understanding where your clients are with your products and services. And of course, that means having an evolved creative process. I'll see you on the other side.
It is so important. Number one, I want to reestablish and draw in the line my definition of diversity and equality. And that is just merely a line in the sand. That means that everyone, regardless and irrespective of their shape, color, creed, size, and ability and disability, should be able to have the same opportunities, and we should be able to review and see them within that campaign process. So what does this mean? This means that it's so beneficial to take into account people from all different backgrounds. And if you are not adopting and you don't have a process for embedding inclusivity and diversity within your creative process, you're missing a huge trick. And what do I mean by that? You are missing an opportunity to have a full scope of the world that we live in today. But also that means that you will not listen to all voices, inverted commas, that of those people in the world, albeit your target audience, if you are advertising to consumers with B2Bs, those kind of departments, those people, those consumers definitely have, I'd say, people of all walks of life, which is why it is so important to have such people champion the creative process. Now, if you do overlook things like this, I'm sure we've seen huge advertising blunders. However, I won't go into some of them. Where they haven't taken that into account means that they may have offended the audience. And if you are a business owner or a big department or even a massive company and corporation, this can have huge detriment to your stocks, your shares. It can give massive backlash. We've seen so many of these ads that haven't been sensitive to be inclusive in their campaigns. So how can we do this? What do we want to do? Well, we want to make sure that we're using really inclusive imagery. So we want to have graphics of people of all shapes and sizes, all abilities. And we want to remember that process has to take into consideration neurodiverse, people of all walks of life. We also want to take that into account in the creative process, that also how are these people of all walks of life accessing our content, our data, our websites? So it's really important to take that into account. Also, are we offending people by not taking into account our language? Are we using symbolism? Are we taking into account that there may be slang in this, or there may be offending language which isn't that inclusive? Are we taking into account, the fact that there is diversity in this world? All of these things really do impact our messaging. And it's very important to be digitally inclusive and even more pertinent that this is part of the creative design process. So if you would like further information on how you can be digitally obviously inclusive, please do not hesitate to give me a message below. I'd love to know how you are inclusive in your design process, whether you're marketing, advertising, or whether you are just creating creative for people out there in the world to see. How are you adopting a more inclusive approach? Hey, thanks for watching. Now remember, on this channel, I share all tips, tech, marketing, business, sales funnels, lifestyle, everything to help you to start, grow, and scale your business. Thanks for your time. And again, if you would like any topics, do not hesitate to contact me below. Thanks again.